Thank you so much for inviting me to be here to tell you a little bit about the Gianna Center. My name is Laura Kuiper, and I'm one of the board members, but more importantly, I'm a patient. So who are we? The mission of the Gianna Center is to provide pro-life, authentically Catholic, comprehensive health care and fertility care to women and families. What does that mean? It means that we see women from their first period to their last and throughout their postmenopausal years. It means that we do not provide nor refer for abortion, contraception, tubal ligations, nor in vitro fertilizations. It means that we're here for all your women's health care needs, most notably for naprotechnology, medical, and surgical services. But also, if you pick up a card in the back of the room, you can see everything else that we provide as well. So far, we are the only full-service, comprehensive Catholic OBGYN clinic in the Archdiocese, which means that we do not have to refer out for our services, and this decreases patient frustration as it increases continuity of care. So who do we serve? Well, we serve women like you and me. And if you don't mind, I'm going to be very egocentric right now and kind of tell you my story because I've walked the journey as a patient. So after the birth of my first daughter, my husband and I used natural family planning to temporarily avoid another pregnancy while we were finishing college. When she was 2, we started trying to build our family again, but unsuccessfully. This went on for nearly 7 years, and after seeing multiple doctors, I was given a diagnosis of unexplained infertility. And I was told that my only hope to conceive would be through IVF, but one doctor even told me to accept the fact that God did not want me to have any more children. I was only 25 when he told me this. I had heard faintly about naprotechnology, but I could never find any resources about it, much less people that have had experience with it personally to back it up. When my husband and I decided to give one final shot at looking into medical reasons for not conceiving before going to Catholic Charities for adoption, we became determined to navigate ourselves through the world of NAPRO. It was quite frustrating and at times even humorous. My fertility care practitioner was in training, so she had no office. We sometimes met at my house, sometimes at a coffee shop, once even on the steps of St. Patrick's in New Orleans. My doctor was even more funny. He was in a basement of a nursing home. My mom met me there for my first visit, and she swore that we were in the wrong place because I was there for fertility, and we had people next to us in wheelchairs with oxygen tanks. Anyway, all of this frustration really paid off. With persistence and 3 months of charting, working with my doctor, he found the root cause of the reason I couldn't get pregnant, and we were able to utilize minimal medical intervention, and we conceived and brought to term our second daughter. When word got out that I was pregnant after nearly 7 years of trying, people, some of whom I didn't even know, began calling me wanting to know what I did differently. What kind of diet did you use? Who did you see? Did you finally go through IVF? It was difficult to explain what I had been through, and it seemed ridiculous to expect couples that weren't led by the church as medical directives to go through what we had to go through, and then have to fight to insurance to pay for it. So after a few years of all these questions, I half-jokingly said to friends that one day if I ever win the lottery, I want to create a place that's a one-stop shop, where women could receive this amazing care and not have to figure things out for themselves, but instead have someone holding their hand and guiding them through the entire process, and hopefully even through a birth. It seems that's all God needed, because those friends I told are now the board of the Gianna Center, and they have worked tirelessly, day and night, to bring it to fruition. So how would Gianna use a donation? Well, part of making this type of medical care mainstream is being able to compete, if you will, with other OBGYN clinics as well as fertility clinics. An issue we run into quite frequently, even I noticed outside I got questions, is that people think we are only an infertility clinic. While we certainly are that, that's not all that we do. And again, I invite you to pick up a brochure to look at all of it. So what we are in need of is really professionally done marketing materials and websites. Our goal is for every OBGYN in the Gulf South region is to have our resources at hand so that when they experience a couple going through infertility, they not only hand them an IVF brochure, which they do daily now, but they're also handing them a brochure for Gianna services as well. So in conclusion, even though I'm considered one of the founders of the Gianna Center, I come to you today as a patient. I have since utilized the Gianna Center with help to conceive 2 more times, and as you can see, any day with number 4. I thank God for this medical practice every day, and that my OBGYN prays with me, doesn't ever ask me what type of birth control that I would like, and should I ever need surgery, which is inevitable, she will do everything in her power to preserve my fertility. She has helped me become pregnant, stay pregnant, and will be there when I deliver this miracle that she played a huge part in. Without Gianna, I may well have had a hysterectomy, like every other woman in my family in their 30s. And I certainly wouldn't have the family that I'm blessed with today. Thank you. And I just wanted to show you some of the fruits right here. That's 2 and 3, and then number 4 coming because of NAPRO. Yes.
How big is the staff that you employ full-time medical professionals, or are there people that you refer to that work?
No, we have 2 OBGYNs on staff. One is leaving, though, at the end of April, and we are actively looking to recruit another one. We have a nurse practitioner. We have, I don't work in the clinic. I'm sorry, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I think we have about 5 full-time people. Yes?
How many people do you all serve yearly?
Right now, roughly, we have 700 patients.
Wow. Where are you located?
We're in Covington. Thank you.